Imagine this. You have your own body contouring business. You didn't have to sign a lease, and you have no rent to pay or utilities. You have zero commuting time, and you set your own schedule. That is all possible when you set up a mobile body contouring business or any mobile personal services business for that matter. If you've ever or even never thought about starting a mobile-based business, now is the perfect time to do it because society worldwide has become hyper-focused on convenience. Click to buy, then await delivery to the door, telehealth doctor visits, online learning on laptops, no driving to the classroom, PT, OT, fitness trainers, all in our living rooms. The list goes on. Find out if a mobile business model is right for you in our episode today. We're going to give you the scoop, discuss the perks, and also give you some considerations so you can decide. And this is the first of a 3-part series. We'll discuss a home-based business model next and finish up with the lease-based business model for those of you who are ready to go all out. Today, how to set up a mobile-based body contouring business. So stay tuned and we'll get started.
You're listening to the Body Contouring Academy's Proven Profits podcast, where you'll learn simple, actionable strategies from real-world, successful body contouring professionals to help you generate more revenue, realize the profits you want, and create the life you desire. Hi, I'm Shannon.
And I'm Kay.
And we're your hosts of the Proven Profits podcast.
Hi there, healthcare professionals, business owners, body contouring technicians, and beauty professionals. Welcome, everyone. Kay here. Shannon and I want to thank you for being here too. So many people want to get started with their own body sculpting business, but they don't. Well, if that's you, it's time to go for it and make it happen. Consider a mobile body sculpting business model. It's a great plan, and it might be perfect for you. It's the least expensive and the lowest risk of all 3 of the body contouring business models. And consider this, with the modern day insistence for convenience, so many consumers want, or really expect, services delivered into their homes. Welcome to the first part of a 3-part series brought to you by us, Body Contouring Academy. In each of our podcast episodes, we're going to walk you through the steps to set up your first body sculpting business using one of the 3 business models. And in each episode, we're going to take a deep dive into one particular business model. So which one's going to enable you to see which is right for you? Listen to all 3. Now, first up, today, the mobile body contouring business model. Next, it's going to be followed by our second episode of the series outlining the home-based body contouring business model. And we'll conclude our trio of business model episodes with the lease space or booth space body contouring business model. In each episode, we're going to discuss the benefits and the considerations, and we're going to tell you how to get started. And for all Body Contouring Academy students, current or former, we have a free business guide to go with each episode for each business model that's going to be available for download. You can find it in our BCA Community Resource Library. Now, what if you're not a student yet? We know what you're probably thinking. Bummer, I want those guides. Well, check out how easy and affordable it is to enroll in our online body contouring certification courses and get access to all the perks. We're going to leave a link in today's show notes so you can take a look at all of the current courses. But a great way and the most affordable way to become a Body Contouring Academy student, it's with our Body Contouring Fundamentals course. It's not only the best body contouring reference for your resource library, the course is only $49. And we'll leave a link to that particular course in our show notes. But for now, let's dive into the mobile body contouring business model. So bottom line with a mobile business, as we mentioned in our intro, it's a huge shift to remote and convenience that's created a high demand for mobile services delivered straight to the home. Guys, we've changed so much and so rapidly over the past few years. Worldwide, we've experienced a shift to working remotely, to doctor visits via telehealth, to online learning, to getting groceries and food delivered. And we've seen an absolute boom in e-commerce buying. In fact, were you even aware that today, just less than half of all consumers make their purchases inside actual brick and mortar stores? Well, that means more than half of consumers want the convenience of home delivery and services. So the demand for services and products delivered at the touch of a keypad, that's just the new norm. And you probably don't find this surprising, but think about how fast it's happened. But consistent with all of these changes, a growing number of consumers also want their body contouring services delivered inside the convenience of their home. This high demand is super significant, right? But it's not only the high demand for home delivered services that makes the mobile body contouring business model a winner. It has several other advantages. Let's take a look. First of all, the low startup costs. Regardless of the business model used, a huge advantage in body contouring is the relatively low cost of starting a career in body contouring, period. That's especially true for the mobile body contouring business model. A mobile biz is really appealing because it has the lowest startup overhead of all the business models. And maybe the biggest advantage with a mobile sculpting business is that you don't have to sign a lease contract for a space that you really can't afford. Now that's a big deal when you're just starting out. Think about it. While you're building up a new business or practice, you may not have enough patient fees to cover rent and utilities. And you'll also have much less money left over for your salary. Well, you don't have these worries in a mobile business model because you don't have those expenses with a mobile body contouring business. Secondly, you have a flexible schedule with a lot of freedom. If you like your freedom and enjoy flexibility, or maybe you need flexibility, a mobile body sculpting business may be a very good choice. You can schedule as many or as few appointments as you like, and if you want to work during certain hours, or maybe you need to work during certain hours, you can schedule your clients during those times. So the bottom line is you can set your own hours and manage your own schedule with the mobile body contouring business model. So number 3 is you can charge more for services. You have the ability to charge more even as you're spending less with a mobile body contouring business. You can make more money working fewer hours because you can charge a premium. We call it a convenience premium because of the time and travel it requires for you and the convenience it affords your clients. Now, most body contouring providers who do offer mobile body sculpting services, they do charge a convenience fee, and that's above and beyond the fees for the treatment or the service. It's not uncommon at all to see a $100 initial convenience fee for that initial visit, with $50 convenience fees for every visit after that initial service. Now, keep in mind that these are charges above and beyond what you're going to be charging for the treatment. And finally, number 4, low overhead. The low overhead of this business model appeals to everyone, new and veteran body contouring professionals alike. Now, we realize you do have to pay for gas and automobile maintenance, but the ongoing savings from rent and utilities can be significant. And without a physical location, think about this, you can easily scale it up or scale it down as it fits your circumstances. So it's very flexible. The advantages of a mobile body contouring business, they're crystal clear, right? But before you think you want to dive straight into this business model, you need to take some things into consideration to see if it's right for you. First of all, it's a combination of things: comfort, safety, collecting fees. Now, the mobile body sculpting business does require you to have an adaptable personality, because your work setting, which is each of your clients' homes, it's going to be different each time. And you should also be a little on the adventurous side because of that needed flexibility. You will not be working ever in a controlled environment of your design as you would in the other two business models, the home-based and lease space or booth space business models, because you never know what to expect when you go to a new client's home. One concern is the environment and your comfort level in performing treatments. So think about things like these. Will the home be cramped? Will it be messy? Will it be noisy? Will there be unsupervised children present? Will the space allow for a really therapeutic treatment? So you may want to include questions about the room your client plans to use in your initial intake paperwork. Next, are you good with directions? Because you're going to need to develop those skills. If you're not, you'll need to find the home and locate parking. And the other concern is the client herself. You're going to need to, number 1, weed out clients who are not serious. Number 2, make sure that you do collect for your services. And 3, protect yourself from bad characters. So be certain when you schedule that you get a full name, phone number, email address, and credit information upon booking the appointment. So we suggest that you either charge a non-refundable deposit. An example might be that $100 convenience fee, or whatever you're charging for your convenience fee, that will be credited towards payment for the services. Or you could opt to collect payment in full upfront at the time of booking, make it non-refundable or partially refundable if inadequate cancellation notice is given. And make sure you require that intake paperwork to be completed and submitted prior to that appointment, so you know what you need to know about your patient. Now, maybe you're not sure which treatments to offer. You like this model, but you don't know what treatments, what technologies, what machines. Now, the answer to those questions are going to be different for each person, so we're not going to give you that advice today. But we do give you the information you need to make those determinations for you in our fundamentals course that we talked about earlier, the comprehensive guide to getting started with body contouring. And we mentioned, as I've said, we mentioned it earlier, and remember, there is a link to the course details for that course in our show notes. Now, other things to consider are going to be environment and what supplies you need. So you're going to need, remember, your office, your facility, your clinic is your car. So you're going to need to be prepared and ready to go at all times. You've got to bring everything with you. And this includes your treatment table, your machine or machines, and any supplies you may need. We do recommend a couple of items. One is a bag on wheels to pack all your supplies. Makes it easy to keep together, and it's very mobile. And also a portable utility cart of some kind so you can place your machine and supplies when you're in the client's home. You can't rely on what's there. Now next, we're going to give you a supplies checklist for a mobile business. And you may want to just listen now, and if you're leaning into this model, you can go back, listen, and take some notes. So the business necessities are going to be the credit card reader, like a Square reader, so you can accept payments. Treatment forms, you could have those electronic or you could have those paper, and your smartphone for rebooking. You're going to need marketing materials. We suggest you get one of those business signs for your vehicle that are magnet, and you can remove them or keep them on your car at all time. You're driving around advertising, and a few business cards. Now your treatment basics are going to be that lightweight portable massage table, that small utility cart that we talked about earlier, and whatever machine or machines for the treatments. The supplies, here's the basics: that portable bag on wheels, gloves, sanitary hand wipes, 2 to 3 small pillows, and 2 to 3 small towels. You'll need some extra pillowcases and towels, depending on your patient load that day. Make sure you have your smartphone for photos or some kind of camera if you opt for a different method. Measuring tape, some kind of portable lightweight scales, because you're going to want to get weights. Unscented baby wipes for cleaning. Cavi wipes or other EPA-approved disinfectant for disinfecting. And then treatment-specific supplies, such as ultrasound gel, antifreeze membranes, etc., those types of things. And a little plastic garbage liner bags, so you can put one for dirty linen and one for trash, because you're going to want to take it all with you. Now, you can travel for less if you use a machine that treats multiple body issues, multiple body concerns, like the 6-in-1 cavitation machine. So if you're not already certified for this machine, for fat cavitation, for radiofrequency RF skin tightening, vacuum LED, and lipolaser, you might want to take a look at our Body Contouring 6-in-1 Masterclass, because you can do all that in that course. And we did leave a link in our show notes if you want to look at the details. The third consideration is scheduling appointments. Both home-based and lease-based or booth-based body sculpting business models, well, you can book back-to-back in those business models, but you can't do that with a mobile body sculpting business. You're going to need to allow time for travel and setup. So make sure you adjust your schedule to allow that buffer time for travel in between appointments, which brings us to setting fees. We've already touched on convenience fees, but moving on to fees for services. You should also charge a bit more for mobile body sculpting services, but just be deliberate in how you set your weight. Now, it's not double increasing charging, even though you charge a convenience fee, because a convenience fee really is going to cover your travel, time, and parking. if you don't want to do that, you could charge an additional flat fee to cover your travel time and parking, something like $25 or whatever you determine is adequate. Remember, you're going to have that additional travel charge on either end of that appointment because you're going to have to drive to and then drive from that appointment. So you need to make sure you cover that time and expense. But whatever you choose, and not to be giving accounting professional advice, just be sure to give a log of your travel mileage to keep that, because you can probably use these miles as a tax deduction. Well, you've heard most of it or all of it. What do you think? Does a mobile body contouring business sound like it would fit your needs and be right for you? Now, you probably already know that consumer demand for non-invasive body contouring services delivered in any of the business models, well, it's been growing rapidly for a few or even many years now, and experts predict those numbers to continue growing. Now, due to the demand for delivered services because of our convenience mentality, the mobile body sculpting business model, really, it's emerged as a very viable business model. That's why now is the perfect time to start a mobile sculpting business with its high demand, low startup costs, low operating costs, higher fees, and flexible scheduling. So, is this business model the right one for you? Are you ready to take the leap? Now, if you haven't already started with your body contouring education, just enroll in one of our body contouring certification courses at the Body Contouring Academy and get started. You'll know that the education you're receiving is authored by us, experts in body contouring who've been in the business operating for close to 20 years. And you'll get multiple resources. After you do that, you'll be more than ready to start your body sculpting business model that fits you the best. That's it for today, guys. Next up is part 2 of our 3-part series, and it's going to be the home-based body contouring business model. And we hope to see you there. Beautiful wishes.
If you enjoyed our podcast, we'd really appreciate it if you take a few minutes to leave us a review. And if you'd like to learn more about our courses and resources, you can get all the scoop by visiting our website, bodycontouringacademy.com. That's bodycontouringacademy.com. Thank you so much for listening. As always, have a great rest of your day, and until next time, beautiful wishes.